When one is happy, what really happens is it something you tap from outside? Is it something you tap from inside? Some people say that happiness is from within. Some say it is tapped from outside. It's very clear that one is happy occasionally, if not always. This experience of being happy is not something that you command at your will. It happens without your will. One may be happy, one may not be happy. As a rule, one doesn't command happiness at one's will. I don't create a situation that would certainly make me happy. I can expect myself to be happy. That's what we do all the time. So we create a situation or we get into a situation where we expect ourselves to be happy. Therefore, we keep on manipulating the world to our liking so that one can be happy. This is what is happening. So you keep on changing the world to your liking. It's very clear that I am happy when what is around me is to my liking. So what is around me, about me, is to my liking. If it is to my liking, I expect myself to be happy. Really, that is true. But to my liking to create a situation is not that easy. In this situation, there are other people involved. They want the thing to be to their own liking. So what is to my liking is not to the others' liking. So they like to have the room temperature to their liking. I want my room temperature to my liking, and therefore there is a fight. Temperature, our temperature rises. Okay, and so this goes on, and therefore it becomes difficult for us to manipulate the world to our liking, and therefore it's a constant struggle. Happiness is a constant struggle. But when one is happy, it is true that a situation is to my liking. And therefore, happiness is not tapped because of an object. It is only to my liking it is situation and therefore I am happy. Therefore, what makes me unhappy is my way of looking at things. That's very clear. And therefore, my way of looking perhaps changes. I can be happier, correct? That is what we call yoga. And then what is happiness if you analyze? It is not from within, it is centered on myself. From within means I have to give a location. So I can't say mind is the source of happiness. If the mind is the source of happiness, I have a mind all the time. In sadness also I have mind. I must be happy and there cannot be sadness. Mind is a source of happiness, I can't say. And then what is the source of happiness? Then I have to say, I am the source of happiness. If I am the source of happiness, that I is always available. I is always available. And therefore I must be always happy. How come I am not happy? Only because I don't know. I only know experientially. I don't know what exactly is the nature of happiness, what exactly is the source is not very clear. Whenever subject-object come to fusion, what I like subject, the subject likes something and the liked object is available, there is a fusion, and the subject-object fusion really reveals my nature. My nature, as I told the other day, is simple consciousness which is not bound by place, is not located spatially, is not limited, and it is all pervasive, I said. So all pervasive means not located in a given place. That means it is limitless spatially. Otherwise, I would say it's wholeness. The limitlessness is what we say wholeness, and this limitlessness is revealed in degrees whenever subject-object fusion takes place. In the fusion, the subject is the one who likes, who dislikes, who has got his own, her own agenda, and this subject and the object happens to, so both happen to fuse for the time being, then there is limitlessness experience. I am happy. And therefore, it is wrong to conclude happiness is outside, happiness is from inside, it is centered on myself. Therefore, the Gita would say, Atmani yeva atmanat tushtaha. This is in our culture. Happiness is centered on yourself, and one can be happy by knowing oneself, and therefore the confusion between what is comfortable living and what is happy living, is that confusion is not resolved. There is a confusion. I can be comfortably unhappy. I can be comfortably happy also. And therefore, I can be happy not comfortably. I can be unhappy very comfortably. And therefore, the equation between comfort and happiness is wrong, totally wrong. So this confusion is there in everybody's mind. Everybody thinks that if there is more comfort, I would be happy. In fact, you become comfortable all right, but then comfortably you can be unhappy. One fellow is unhappy, cannot sleep on a charpai. The other fellow is unhappy on a this spring mattress, and then that other fellow is unhappy. The difference is not in unhappiness. The difference is only in comfort. Correct? It's not that. So the unhappiness in charpai. So when you are uncomfortable, unhappy, and that unhappiness is not any different from the unhappiness experienced by a person in a comfortable situation. And therefore, it's wrong thinking to equate comfort to happiness. And so, happiness is the experience of your own limitlessness, which I said is the nature of the self, which is limitless consciousness. That is the reason why we hear often that Chidanandaha, the word Satchidananda. This we often hear. So this Chidananda, Satchidananda, so Chidananda Rupa Shivoham, Shivoham is very popular. So this kind of the chants are there. And the idea is Chit means consciousness, and which is limitless, and therefore the experience of that is what we say ananda. And this experience being what it is, time bound, and therefore so it gets eclipsed. I experience happiness because it's myself, and now and then my way of thinking such that there is a fusion between what the wanting person and the wanted situation get fused. There is no more denial of my being happy, and therefore experientially one is happy. And therefore this consciousness which we say is limitless is what we say ananda. And then one more thing I can talk about, this consciousness is also said to be Sat. Sat means that which exists in all the three periods of time, that which does not undergo any change whatsoever, that which is consciousness is that it is not dependent upon anything. The time depends upon consciousness. I am conscious of time. Time is not conscious of me. And therefore, consciousness is much less bound by time as it is not bound by space. And therefore, this timelessness is what we say eternal, ever existent. In a one word we say it is Sat, and it is Chit, and it is Ananda. So if somebody asks you a question, who are you? What can you say? When you say your name. You say your name. I am Kumar. But that Kumar is your individual name. What is the truth about you is Satchit Ananda. This would be the answer of everyone. Even a mosquito, if it can answer and understand, it can say, I am Satchidananda, correct? A mosquito also is Satchidananda, and a great sage also is Satchidananda. Nobody is non-Satchidananda. everyone is Satchidananda. This is the truth. This truth you find flowing in our culture in one form or the other. This is what we say spiritual culture. If you go around the world, in any country, if there is any spiritual group and you talk to that group and be a part of the group, the group will be talking about a little bit of Satchidananda. Every spiritual group in the world is only talking about Satchidananda. It's amazing that that there is no other, they don't even have a language, because the truth is spiritual culture. The truth is that Indian culture is a spiritual culture. Spiritual culture means you understand now that all that I seek, all my life, seeking self-acceptance, is seeking myself because I am not unacceptable. All that I want is myself. I want to live a day more. That's exactly what I am. I'm not bound by time. Timelessness is my nature. And therefore, so I want to live a day more means, so I want to live forever. That's exactly my nature. I don't want to be ignorant. Well, I am neither ignorant nor knowledgeable. I am that consciousness because of which I am aware of what I know. I am conscious of what I don't know. Therefore, I am ignorant is a wrong conclusion. Then I want to be happy. That's exactly my nature. So I want to be happy. That's my nature. I want to be beyond. I want to be more knowledgeable. More knowledgeable means still I am ignorant. So as long as I conclude I am ignorant, I will try to be more knowledgeable. Correct? I will try to be more knowledgeable. And then again more knowledgeable. And more knowledgeable. And more knowledgeable. And more knowledgeable. And more knowledgeable. All my knowledge is going to be up to one more question. If somebody asks one more question, I become ignorant, correct? And therefore, so this conclusion that I am ignorant is a problem. And therefore, so I am neither ignorant nor knowledgeable. I am the one who is the witness of both knowledge and ignorance. I am ignorant, a point of view. I am knowledgeable, another point of view. And therefore, so the view, what is the view? I am neither ignorant nor knowledgeable. That is the truth. Therefore, the struggle to be more knowledgeable is meaningless. You can happily attempt to be more knowledgeable. Not that becoming more knowledgeable you will be happy. That is not possible. That is not possible, because more knowledgeable means more knowledgeable you have to be. I am happily pursuing knowledge. Why not? I can afford to have more knowledge. I can happily pursue knowledge. Only when I know that I am the very happiness I seek. And therefore, ananda I seek, ananda I am. Security I seek, there is nothing more secure than myself. And therefore, all that I seek in my life is myself alone. My acceptability is never in question. I can't be more acceptable than what I am now. I cannot be more acceptable because I am the whole. I am limitless, and therefore you can't improve limitlessness. That is the reason why the Indian spiritual culture, based upon this fact, cannot but be final. In the sense, the knowledge, this knowledge cannot be improved upon. You are limitless cannot be improved upon. Nobody is going to improve upon limitlessness. If somebody says, I have got something which is more limitless than what you say limitless, then that fellow requires either little more understanding or some treatment, understand? It requires some specialists. And therefore, limitlessness is something that cannot be improved upon. What cannot be improved upon is limitless. What cannot be negated is what we say truth. That is what Sat, that is what I am. And therefore, I have the last word in terms of this knowledge about oneself. We have the last word. Cannot be improved upon. And this is the bedrock of the culture. And in culture, what is the basic understanding of truth comes to manifest. It is this that comes to manifest. If that is not understood, then what you understand basically, that alone will manifest in your culture. It is the same Satchidananda, we say, is also what we say, the cause of this entire world. That Ishvara, the Lord that we say, who is the cause of this entire world. Satchidananda with a limited mind is with a limited knowledge. Basically Satchidananda with one mind, a limited mind. He is an individual, Satchidananda as an individual, with reference to the whole, the total. We say Satchidananda is Ishvara. Understand? That is what all knowledge, and who is the ultimate cause of everything, and who is Ishvara. This Ishvara manifests in our culture. We will see this much more when we meet again. Thank you.